YouTube friends? How you guys doing today? Good, I hope. See, roll up the windows so you guys hear me better a little bit. It's a beautiful day today here in Mexico. Did I say Mexico? Because I really meant Chicagoland. It is a beautiful day here in Chicagoland. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about nitrous versus turbo. The pros and cons of having both, or a nitrous car versus a turbo car, because there are definitely pros and cons to both. Oh crap, I'm busted. I knew it. I didn't want to get busted on tape. Ah, psych, wasn't me. It's close though. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about the G35 with nitrous versus the WRX, which is turbo. And I kind of wanted your opinion, see what you guys think about which one would be the better car to have. Obviously right now I've got a G35 with nitrous. It's a nice car, it's a sedan, holds 4 people, leather, it's kind of nice. Did some mods to it. It's relatively fast, but there are limitations as far as, you know, tuning and things like that. So anyway, what I was saying is I'm thinking about going with WRX Turbo instead of the G35 with nitrous for a number of reasons. One, it's easier to tune. There's a lot of aftermarket goodies made for the WRX, such as the Cobb access port, which makes it very easy to kick up the horsepower quickly and cheaply, as opposed to the G35 that I'm driving. Put a lot of money into it, and although it does run well and it's pretty quick, there are certain performance limitations that I feel have been reached. The good thing about the nitrous on the car is it's easy, cheap and instantaneous horsepower. I mean, it's just so easy to open a bottle and add 100 horsepower, 150 horsepower, as opposed to having to install a turbo kit, which is going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. Up a couple of passengers. I wanted to get their opinion on nitrous versus turbo. I've got Evan in the front seat. Uh-oh, fire truck. and I've got Brandon in the back seat. And I just wanted to get your opinions about which would you prefer in a car. Would you go for nitrous or would you go for a turbo car? Evan, what do you think? Would you go for nitrous or turbo?
Turbo.
So you're going with turbo. Brandon, what do you think? Would you prefer a nitrous car or a turbo car?
Probably turbo, because when you use nitrous, you have to refill all the time.
That's a good point.
People say with turbo you get worse gas mileage and all that, but if you have like a big enough turbo, it has like turbo lag, so if you drive below boost, it doesn't make that much of a difference.
That's true. That's a good point. You know, I do, when I use the nitrous bottle, you know, obviously you got to refill it. It's like 45 bucks a pop. If you use it enough, you refill that bottle a lot, you're looking at over time, you're definitely going to get to that price of a turbo in the long run. Evan, what do you think? What do you prefer, nitrous or turbo? Which one do you like better?
Well, first of all, there's the sound.
You like the sound of the turbo?
The turbo does sound a lot better.
Well, nitrous really doesn't have a sound to it. It's kind of like a Fast and Furious movie myth.
Yeah, but the turbo...
Yeah, you were saying?
The turbo, it sounds nice, and also I really like the adjustability you get with the turbo. Instead of having to go through and change the nozzles, the jets, every single time you want to adjust your horsepower, turbo, you can just do it from inside the car while you're driving, so I think that's really cool.
Well, I don't think all turbos aren't adjustable from inside the car, but yeah, there's adjustable boost controllers.
Well, yeah, it's called an adjustable wastegate, so you could just pop the hood, and it's just one little nut on top. Yeah, I like that. But you could get there's certain devices that you can use to tune the turbo from inside the car. But for example, in the WRX, the Cobb access port.
Right.
It's very cool. Well, the Cobb access port, it just has different maps based on current modifications. So it's not really like a fully adjustable boost controller. But the Cobb Pro Tune is when you can tune it differently, but you still have to adjust it at a different time.
Well, keep in mind, you could adjust the boost on a turbo, this and that, but keep in mind, you're not just turning a knob. You got to have the mods. You got to have the exhaust mods, the intake mods
to cope with the new boost,
to support the changes you're making to the boost levels, or else you're going to have a blown motor.
Yeah, but that's also the same with nitrous, because you run too much power, especially on a dry shot. Right.
Well, one thing with nitrous is you definitely don't want to be running a dry shot. It's unsafe. I run a nitrous express kit on this car. It's a wet kit. If you're not familiar to nitrous, a wet kit is when you have fuel and nitrous spraying into the intake, as opposed to a dry kit, which is just spraying the nitrous. It's a much safer kit, and there's very little risk to blowing your motor, as long as you don't use excessive amounts of nitrous. Well, so far it looks like we've got these two guys are pro turbo. They're not digging the whole nitrous idea, which is understandable. I like the nitrous, but I'm really leaning towards going with the WRX. Probably a 2014 WRX. I really like the way that motor responds to the access port, stage 2 access port, and that's probably how I'm gonna go. It's been a good run with this G35, but it's kind of time to move on, do a little bit different project, and have some fun with that. So it looks like now we're at the three of us are pretty much unanimous that we prefer turbo over nitrous. So in this video, it looks like the WRX Turbo is going to, in theory, beat the G35 with nitrous. At the racetrack, well, and on the street, that might be another story, depending on what the WRX has in it. But from a practical horsepower building standpoint and the ease of modification and building power, I think we're gonna have to go with the WRX. So guys, I'd like to hear from you. If you guys could tell me what you think, what you all prefer. Do you prefer nitrous or do you prefer turbo? The three of us have chosen turbo, and I want to hear from you guys. So leave your comments and let me know what you think. Don't forget to click like if you like the video, and please subscribe. There's more videos on the way, and I'll talk to you guys soon.